Hey everybody, Max Rich with Totally Electric Guitars. Today we are talking about dominant 7 sus chords. Before I get any deeper into any of this, what I want to say is that if you don't know what a dominant chord is or don't know what a sus chord is, suspended chord, then you should go back and take a look at both of the lessons I did on both of those. Because in order to understand this, you have to know what a dominant chord is and what a suspended chord is. If you do, however, then you probably are familiar with chords like the first one that I just played. C sus, right? C suspended 4. When you talk about sus chords, generally speaking, they're suspended 4 chords. If you just hear somebody say, hey, play a sus chord, your safest bet is to go with the suspended 4 chord. There are, of course, suspended 2 chords, and those are also very commonly used. But generally speaking, when referring to just suspended chords, and especially in this lesson, we're going to be talking about suspended 4 chords. And the reason for that is basically when you include the 2 or the 9 in a chord, it can very much sound like you're just playing a major chord with a 9 involved in there. Because if you play, like, say, a C suspended 2, it's got a very suspended sound, but you can also almost hear that kind of that sound. You can almost hear that really major sound. So this has a definite suspended sound, and the reason is because a suspended 4 note is only 1/2 step removed from the major third, whereas the suspended 2 is a whole step removed from the major third. So F to E is a lot closer, which gives it maybe a lot more, I want to say, relevance, or maybe relevance is the wrong word, more presence in the chord than the C suspended 2. So that is basically why we're going to be referring to dominant 7 sus chords as dominant 7 suspended 4. That's how they'll be for you and for me and for the next half hour or so. Anyway, what I want to do today is to tell you how to use these suspended 4 chords in a way that you can then include freely in your improvisations or your songwriting or something, you know. And if you listen to, let's say, you could pick any genre, I mean, from folk music to country to all kinds of stuff, to funk music, sus chords and suspended dominant chords can be found pretty often. You could take like a funk idea even and include these suspended suspended dominant chords. That kind of an idea, and that those are just suspended dominant moving 1/2 step at a time, and what that does, to me, that sounds like, you know, maybe like Ohio Players or something, and it sounds like horn hits, you know? You know, it sounds like you would have a horn section playing those, and oftentimes horn sections really play a lot with suspended chords and suspended dominants. So I'm going to basically show you today a bunch of fingerings you can use and a little chord progression that'll help kind of get your mind wrapped around how to use these in, you know, your standard type of setting. So follow me and I will hopefully introduce you to a whole new world of dominant chords.